Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I personally manage my Citas. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say that this isn't some ultimate guide or the only correct way to play. This is simply what has been working for me so far. If you have a different approach, that's completely fine. I just recommend watching the video all the way through before deciding what you want to do with your own account. Also, I know there are quite a few new people joining the game every day. So before we dive into Citas, let me quickly talk about what Skyblade Idle Immortal actually is. If you've never heard of it before, Skyblade is basically an idle cultivation game. The whole idea is that you start off pretty weak and slowly work your way up by breaking through different cultivation realms, collecting stronger gear, unlocking powerful skills, and improving your character little by little. It's not one of those games where you finish everything in a few days. It's more about long-term progression, and honestly, that's one of the things I like the most about it. Every day you log in, there's always something you can upgrade or improve. The game has a lot of different systems too. You've got Citas, artifacts, flying artifacts, skills, spirit companions, guilds, PvP, world bosses, events. There's always something to work on. At first, it might seem a little overwhelming because there are so many menus and currencies, but once you understand how everything works, it actually becomes really enjoyable. And if you're someone who likes cultivation or xianxia stories, then I genuinely think this game is worth trying. If you've watched cultivation donghua or read cultivation novels, you'll probably recognize a lot of the concepts like breaking through realms, becoming stronger over time, and constantly chasing the next level of power. That progression is honestly one of the most satisfying parts of the game. Watching your combat power grow after making the right upgrades just feels rewarding. Another thing I like is that you don't have to sit in the game for hours every single day. Since it's an idle game, your character keeps making progress even while you're offline. You can log in whenever you have some free time, finish your daily activities, collect your rewards, make a few upgrades, and then log off again. It's a pretty relaxed game, which is nice if you don't have a lot of time to play. I've been playing for a while now, and I've definitely made a lot of mistakes along the way. I've wasted resources, upgraded the wrong things, and learned a lot through trial and error. That's actually why I started making these videos. If I can help someone avoid those same mistakes and make their progression a little smoother, then I'd say it's worth it. So in this video, I'm just going to show you how I personally manage my Citas, what I prioritize, and why I make those choices. Hopefully it'll give you a better idea of how you want to build your own account. Alright, I've talked enough. Let's jump into the Citas. As you can see here, this is what my Citas currently look like. You'll probably notice that I'm mainly focusing on upgrading my gold rarity Citas. The reason is pretty simple. I feel like they give me the best value for the resources I'm spending. Since upgrade materials are limited, I'd rather invest them into the highest rarity Citas first instead of spreading everything across every Cita I own. Personally, I wouldn't recommend trying to level up every single Cita early on. It might seem like a good idea because you're increasing multiple stats, but those resources disappear really quickly. If you spread them too thin, you'll probably end up with a bunch of average Citas instead of having a few really strong ones that make a noticeable difference. From what I've seen, and from what a lot of veteran players recommend, it's usually better to commit to your main build. For example, if you're playing a damage-focused build, they'll often tell you to prioritize the Citas that improve stats like Spirit Fusion and might instead of upgrading everything equally. The idea is that your resources are limited, so every upgrade should support the build you're actually using. That being said, I'm personally not putting too much emphasis on those permanent stat bonuses early in the game. They're definitely nice to have, and they'll matter more as your account progresses. But right now, I feel like I get better value by simply pushing my higher rarity Citas first. That's the approach that's worked best for me so far. Once those higher rarity Citas start reaching their limits, or if I feel like I've hit a wall and can't progress any further, that's when I'll start investing more into the lower rarity ones. At that point, every bit of extra combat power helps, and upgrading the others becomes much more worthwhile. Of course, that's just how I'm choosing to play. There isn't one single perfect strategy that works for every account. Your build, your resources, and even your luck can change what the best decision is. So don't take this as the only correct way to do it. This is simply the method that's been giving me the best results so far. If you found a different strategy that's been working better for you, or you've learned something from veteran players that I didn't mention, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm always interested in seeing how other people manage their Citas, and it might help someone else who's watching this video as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Before I head out, let me know what you think about the game so far. Are you enjoying it? And I'm also curious, which server are you guys playing on? Drop it in the comments below.